And I have my friend here to help me read it. Please bear with me.
This is Tom Pattis, Tom's part of the El Cerrito Historical Society. If you want to find out about Jome Home, you go to the El Cerrito Historical Society, and Tom Pattis was responsible for this. Tom.
Thank you so much, Richard. It's a great honor for me to be here. I'm going to read some stuff that we wrote here. My friendship with Phil was not extraordinary. It all began when we lived in a boys' home called the Chinese Home for Chinese Boys. We ate, slept, went to school, worked, and even received punishment when we broke the rules. We grew up spending several years of our childhood there. When I left home some years later, I never thought I'd see him again. Yet a few years later, I attended the Chinese Baptist Church in Chinatown, and there was Phil. I frequently saw him around town. He was excited to show me his new home. This was around the time the girls were born. After that, I saw him less often as he was busy raising his family, and I was raising mine. It was not until I retired that I met him again in San Mateo Park doing the Chinese exercise. For the next 12 plus years, we had exercise and morning coffee. During that time, the group had many luncheons and dinners. We even had a party at his home and at one team's home where the guys played poker. This was a close-knit group, and many of them are here today. Some of the group suggested we should go on a cruise to the Mediterranean, which was then arranged by the expert Evelyn Ting. Everything went smoothly. I couldn't help thinking of our humble beginning, our childhood, and here I am on a cruise with Phil. To me, this was something really unique and special. Some former Chinamoy boys got together to have bi-monthly luncheons. Phil was all excited to be here among the boys he grew up with. Some of these are here today. Just last Christmas, instead of going to a restaurant, we had a delicious lunch at the home of Nancy William Lee. She cooked a tasty lunch and we celebrated the holidays. Afterward, we heard the sad news. Well, Phil, it's been a swell ride these 75 plus years. It's now time to say goodbye. You've been a large part of my life. As we continue to have bi-monthly luncheons, you will be there in our hearts, and none of us can forget you. Goodbye, Phil, my old pal.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Tom. We've got two speakers. We have competition here. So,
My name is Don. In honor of Phil, I'm wearing my cow polo shirt because that's how we met. I was an usher at Central Peninsula Church wearing my cow polo shirt because it was a tradition for me whenever Cal won on Saturday, I would wear a cow shirt, a polo shirt. So Phil came up to me and says, "Did you go to Cal?" I said, "Duh." And so, anyway, it was shortly thereafter, maybe a week or two later, he said, "You want to go to the Cal game with me? I got extra tickets." Of course, if my schedule allowed, I said, "Sure." So, when I went to Cal for the game, I took part over myself because that's the way I normally go to the Cal games. And I met him at the stadium. And then another time, Phil said, "Well, can you drive me?" I said, "Okay." So I met him at his house in Melbray. And then gave us a pack of corn nuts and grapes. And then I said, "How come you're not driving today?" And he said, "Well, somebody crashed into my house and messed up my car." So I had to drive him. And I think Steve Gay would be that day, right? Okay. At the game, he taught us how to take the shuttle. He knew everybody there, so we took the shuttle up to the game, and he said, "Don't go to Top or hot dogs. There's a vendor outside that got better hot dogs," so we got hot dogs. And then before we get into the game, we'll go to the International House because you want to make a last run before the game. That was the first time I was in I-House, even though I went to Cal, I never went to I-House for some reason. Later on, he